Since the participation trophy generation, aka the millennials, Gen Z, and Mega Alpha wannabe, are whining and pissing and moaning about the new Linkin Park singer. Oh man, talk about straight garbage. Man, if they wanted to sound like a cat screaming in an alleyway, they should have just got Chad from Mudvayne. Oh man, that'd have been great. Come on, Apollo, move. Yeah. Anyway, back to what I was complaining about. Yeah, back to what I was complaining. All you clowns, I mean, yeah, I get it. That band's got to start over and they got to do all these different things. Believe me, I understand. Some of the bands I really liked did that shit. Hell, look at Iron Maiden. Iron Maiden went from, I can't remember what the hell his name is, to Bruce Dickinson. Well, I heard the original guy. That's what got me into Iron Maiden, was the original one. When Bruce took over, he was more sober. He was bam. It was good. Then you got other bands like Sepultura. When Max left Sepultura and started Soulfly, I was on the fence about it. The next album or two after that was kind of alright, but then they just went garbage after that. Then let's see a real good famous one was AC/DC. I grew up on not Bon Scott, but Brian Johnson is who I grew up on. One of the first albums I ever heard was not Hell's Bells. Yeah, I think it was Hell's Bells. It was because Maximum Overdrive is how I first heard AC/DC. And that was Brian Johnson. Then next album I got a hold of was with Bon Scott. So both of them did really well. I like both of them. Still kind of think my favorite was Bon Scott though. Just because he had a raw oomph to it. And Brian Johnson was more refined, more radio friendly, if you will. More pop friendly. I tend to like the motherfuckers that are raw and just more powerful. Then you got Black Sabbath. Tony went through so many goddamn lead singers with Black Sabbath that it was unreal. I mean, some of them were just fucking horrible. And some of the guys, I can't remember their fucking names, but I remember the albums. Hellas Cross was a badass album. Badass album. That guy could sing his ass off. Whoever did Born Again, garbage. Dehumanizer, I think it was garbage. When Dio was a part of them, fucking awesome. Dio did excellent. Then you got the ass clown that was in fucking Deep Purple. That was horrible too. But I mean, it worked out. And even up there till the end, before Sharon did her garbage with the whole Black Sabbath thing, Dio was still doing really good. And then we moved further towards the newer stuff. 3 Days Grace, one of my favorite bands. When Adam just up and split, man, it sucked ass. It just sucked ass. But you gotta do what you gotta do for yourself. And then they got the new guy. I was on the fence about it. I'm just like, I don't know. But then I listened, and they were still trying to go for the same sound, but not exactly. And he did some of the older songs, and it was all right. I mean, not my cup of tea, but as a professional singer, he did excellent. I ain't gonna knock him for doing it. And we'll do another one. Alice in Chains. Garbage to me. Fucking garbage. But then I seen him live. And then the guy does alright. I mean, for what he is, a singer, and for all their newer stuff, after Stanley died, I could see it. It makes sense. It sounds good. But him trying to do all the early shit, it sounds horrible to me. It's horrible. But the band kept it together and everything. Now, when Cantrell fucking gets up there and his own band, I mean, it's just like listening to Alice in Chains. Just like listening to him. Because, I mean, I swear myself that he was the one that did most of the vocals on the albums. Not Stanley. Just because that dude just would never hardly show up for anything. But that's my opinion there, too. So, it's a couple other bands. Motley Crue. Kobe. Fuck, I can't remember the guy's name. But he took it. He filled in for Vince Neil. I was on the fence about it. I don't know, man. Because I liked the Motley Crue as a kid, as a teenager. I don't know. But then, now the adult me, going back and listening to that shit, I'm like, that makes sense. But me being a little teeny bopper, nah, man, it didn't. So, me looking at it both ways and different things, because a lot of the bands I like have female singers. So I have no problem with female singers. I mean, Mortal Love. She's a female lead singer. Warlock. When Warlock was around, I think her name is, she goes under Dio or Dio. Fuck, I can't remember what she goes by now. But the original band was called Warlock. She is a powerhouse singer. Lita Ford before she came a whiny ass. She's badass. What's the other one? Hailstorm. I kind of like them a little bit, but still, she's a badass singer. So it ain't about female singers. It's just about, if you sound like a goddamn stray cat in a fucking alleyway, somebody needs to throw that goddamn boot at you. Knock you off the fucking fence, man, for real. But now let's get back to fucking Linkin Park. Or like everybody's calling them, Linkin Karaoke and Linkin Park. I love all these names that the participation trophy are coming up with. This is the first time that generation has had to deal with a real popular singer that related to them that got replaced. Were they better candidates? Fuck yeah, I think so. She wasn't one of them. But if they were going towards women, maybe a couple. But you got to remember the style of music that they are. I mean, it's kind of an iffy kind of thing. It's hard to find someone that would fit right in that. Now, if they took that Cat Scratch Fever and not did none of their old shit, none of it, and did all brand new shit and put her on auto-tunes so that way nobody heard how she sound live, it'd be badass. Because on auto-tune, she sounds great on recording. But live, it sounds like a stray cat fucking an alley. I mean, it's bad. But now, there's a few guys that are out there that can actually do it. Yeah, I've heard most of them on TikTok. And there's a guy and girl, I think they're either husband and wife or brother and sister. Something like that. You can find them. They're on TikTok. They've been doing a bunch of other bands' songs. They even did with Mike Shinono. Fuck, I can't remember his last name. But they even did fucking one of Linkin Park's songs with him on their fucking TikTok. So he knows they're there. And there's a couple other people that are not exactly as good as them, but has the kind of same vibe, kind of like the 3 Days Grace ordeal. So it's got the same vibe, but it's not exactly the same singer. So that right there, as long as it's the same direction as you guys are going, that'd be great. But if you do like fucking Alice in Chains and just totally do a 360, got some guy that just fucking not even close, then it's gonna be fucked up. And then what was that? There's another band. Oh, I can't remember another band that did it. Got this dude from fucking England, and he's totally different than what the original lead singer was. And all the old shit, just no. But now all the new stuff, it fits in. And it fits the vibe of what the band originally was and what the band continued to be. So I understand why people got upset and pissed off, because it don't sound the same. I mean, it's all off and fucked up. Unless she's doing auto-tunes. Then it don't sound so bad. I don't care what anybody says. When they did the recordings, that's all auto-tunes. I'm telling you that shit, I don't give a fuck what anybody says. It's some kind of auto-tunes or something professional that her voice doesn't sound graggly like it does live. And I understand people are getting old. I mean, fuck, we're all getting old. Look at me, I'm old and fat. And I probably would sound just like her if I started singing too. Me. Yep, see? Sound just like her. But do a different thing. That's all you gotta do. If you're trying to keep the same vibe, find a match. Because me personally, I ain't got no real stake in it. I like Lincoln Leftover. That's my new one, Lincoln Leftover. Because my other one's fucking Pantera cover band is what I do for Pantera. Because, oh hell, they could even got Phil for this garbage. He sounds like shit too. Him and her would be great together. Anyway. Oh fuck, I got squirreled there all of it. But anyway, if you're going to do what you're going to do, man, just find that groove and find that match. That's all you got to do. And again, that's what I was saying. I'm not really a big fan, and I'm not really a hater. I like Linkin Park. I've seen them before. I've seen them on Ozfest a couple times. They were battling out with Crazy Town. So, I mean, I know what they sound like. I got fucking, I think, 3 of their albums. Meteora was the last album I got of them. So, I mean, I'm not that real big diehard fan, but I understand that to me, the newer stuff will probably not be my thing. Because after fucking, I think it's 2010, 2011, even my favorite bands, I don't even listen to that garbage anymore. Because it just went to shit. It started catering to a bunch of crybabies, and the music just sounds like shit to me. But there we go, that's my opinion. So, you either like them, or you don't like them. So enough about that. Let's get on to the ticket prices, shall we? Rumor has it that they asking a ridiculous amount for the tickets. Well, it can't be no worse than fucking Manor and fucking A Perfect Circle and Pussyfur and Primus asking $1,000 for floor seats in fucking Pittsburgh. You got me fucked up. Not happening, Captain. I went and looked at those. I was like, nope. Not happening. Considering when I seen them, I paid $50 for the tickets. To see A Perfect Circle? Not. And then I think I spent a couple $100 and seen them at a festival. So, there was that. There might have been $20 there. Think I'm going to pay $1,000? Nope. They not a band on this motherfucking planet to me worth $1,000. I don't give a fuck who they are. And then I've done seen Primus so many goddamn times, it's unreal. And nope, that's not another $1,000 band. Nope. So I mean, other than that, if the tickets wasn't so high, if you got floor seats and you paid $50 for them to go see them, hey, if they kind of sound like shit, well, it is what it is. Because you go watch Mudvayne, because they're charging a fortune for their tickets, and he sounds like shit. So there's that. Or if you're paying high dollar for fucking Ministry tickets, that dude is fucking lip syncing. So there's that. But if you're paying $50, maybe $75, then yeah, okay, it's not a big deal. You got to hear them. It's what you thought it was. You move on. It ain't that big of a deal. You don't go cry about it. You just kind of, seen a cover band for $75. But now, if they charging what I think they're charging, $800-900 for floor seats, like all these other idiots are charging, I'd be pissed. I would be pissed. Well, hell, I wouldn't even pay it. You just seen what I said about all the 3 bands. I ain't paying that for a band that I half-ass like anyway. But you clowns, you guys will do it. So it's kind of your own fault. So, now if they change singers, it might be okay. If they don't, then fine. Because as it sounds right now, there's only one original member in the band. I just found that out. So, yeah, there's that.